I think we're live. Welcome back to Leeds Lately. Today we're going to be watching Chelsea versus Leeds at Stamford Bridge. Big game. Chelsea haven't won, as you can see from the watch-along graphics, in their last 5. Leeds have, but Leeds have lost more in their last 5. But we've got a new manager. We've got a new manager bounce. I feel like the longer that we can frustrate them and stop them from scoring, the more toxic their crowd's going to get and the more on top of Graham Potter and the more on top of the players that the crowd's going to get. And we could see something from Leeds here. Now, Nonto starts on the bench. Obviously, as you can see, I always do that the wrong way around. As you can see on the sides there, we've got their lineup there, and Nonto doesn't start, which is, under Jesse Marsh, I would have said bad decision because then he's not going to affect the game. But because I've seen that Javi Gracia make substitutions that actually make a difference to games, and he sends them on with instructions that change what the last person was doing, I don't mind Nonto being on the bench. I think he's a good option off the bench to come on and change things. I think also as well, if we need a little bit more creativity in midfield, you bring on Rocker and his passing range is a little bit better. So I'm okay with this lineup. I think it's a good team that we've picked. When you look at Chelsea's lineup, still no recognised striker. So, I mean, they've got hundreds of millions of pounds worth of players on the bench and in the first team, but no recognised striker, and they've been really, really struggling for goals. Welcome everybody in the chat who's commenting now. Jack, welcome. Maxine, welcome. First time catching my live watch along. Yes, should be a good one. Gone for experience with Harrison, Jack is saying. Yes, there is that, and I think also he's more likely to try and cross the ball in and get the ball into the box, which you're going to need as much as possible today if we're going to be able to create any chances. Morning, Rob. Again, I'll ask, what time is it where you are? A second, Jack. Nonto dropped due to an attitude problem. Is that a rumour? I assume so. I have just realised that I've left my phone in the other room. I'll be back in about 2 seconds. Harrison only performs during the transfer windows. 1 second. Yeah, I'm just going to go and get my phone. I'll be back in a second. Don't go anywhere. Oh, I'm putting a lot of trust in Aronson today. A lot of trust in Aronson. I think he's going to bag a goal against Chelsea like he did last time. Phone retrieved. Just so I'm assuming that you're talking to me with that comment, Michelle, but just so you know, it's Max with an X, not Matt. But yes, we do need to break away from the bottom 3 and get 3 points. But I would happily take a draw, I think. Jack saying looks like he's going to be on the left, not behind the striker. Harrison, I assume that is, yes, and I would have thought so. I mean, he will tuck inside, but of the two, he'd probably be the wider one, trying to cross the ball into the box and stuff, but you'll probably see Somerville go wide as well, so interesting to see how Chelsea try and deal with them, because they've got a lot of pace in our attack now, especially with Ruta coming in as well, so. And Bamford doesn't make the squad at all. Injuries, I think, but we know Javier Gracia, he likes to say, I don't want to talk about injuries. So you never really know now. Whereas Jesse Marsh would say, this person's injured, this person's back. So yeah, a little bit of a different tack that he goes for. Maxine saying, I really don't enjoy our team just passing to Nonto to create. I want a team that can create from others as well. Yeah, and we kind of expected Rafinha to do the same thing under Jesse Marsh. We would pass the ball to Rafinha, and Rafinha would be the one to try and go and create something, and that's what Nonto has been asked to do, really. Not even like literally asked as in someone's passed him the ball and he's got to try and do something with it. But yes, I think maybe taking him out of the team tries to drop that reliance of just passing the ball to him and expecting him to create something. So maybe in this game we'll see a little bit more of the other players come into their own, like Crescencio Somerville as well. Obviously, I've got the two, Somerville and Nonto, on there with the new lineup graphics. To make it a little bit more Leedsy, rather than having the opposition team, the opposition players on the other side. We'll just keep it like this now, so it's nice and uniform. And I've put the records as well, so people who weren't here at the start, that's Chelsea's record. The bottom is the most recent game, obviously, because Leeds won their most recent game, so the bottom one is the most recent. Rob saying, I suspect that's why Nonto is on the bench. It forces the team to distribute the ball better. Otherwise, Nonto dribbles, gets double teams, and runs out of road. And maybe that's the fact that Chelsea can play with a three at the back as well, where you see Fofana, Koulibaly, and Badiashile in there. You might see that. Although, yeah, I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek may play as a right wing back and Chilwell as a left wing back, but with those three in there, Nonto could get triple teamed and double teamed and stuff. So you kind of need other players to distribute that load out, and maybe that's why he's done it. And also as well, like I said at the start, for those of you who missed it, when Gracia makes substitutes, he makes substitutes that actually change the game. And I think him bringing Nonto on later on, he might tell him to go wider or be more direct than what Somerville and Harrison have been throughout the game. So you never know. It could be that Nonto comes on and has a really good sort of cameo appearance from the bench. Michelle saying, "OMG, my bad, sorry." She was messaging her boyfriend. That's her name's Matt. Sorry, Max. Yeah, no worries. It's fine. I have it all down the phone all the time when I say what my name is and people think it's Matt because it's hard to hear down a phone line. So I'm used to it. Don't worry. Yes, 8 minutes till kickoff now at Stamford Bridge. I love how even at away games, all you can hear is Leeds fans singing. It's the same everywhere, isn't it? And then when you actually go to a home game and you hear the away fans, they're only ever singing before kickoff. And then, like Southampton, for example, obviously I did a match day vlog from that, so I was at that game. And Southampton, they made a little bit of noise before kickoff, and I could hear them singing and stuff. They only sold out the top section of the away end. They had to sell the bottom section of the away end back to Leeds fans. So they'd had a little sing then, and then just didn't sing throughout the entire game. So I don't know. Michael Gott saying Gracia looking for a boost from bench today with his lineup if starting 11 don't perform. Yeah, and we've got that luxury now. I mentioned this on the final word last week, that it's good to have a little bit of depth on the bench now. The fact that we can have Nonto come on, Rocker come on as well, and Strauch maybe as a centre-back as well if we've got any problems there. Like, we've got a decent bench now. And so, yeah, it's something that we've not really had the luxury of for the last season or two. But now the squad's a little bit bigger and we're able to actually get those players on the bench and rotate them more. It's going to help us out, I think. Maxine saying that she has a bet on Rutter to score first. Yeah, I mean, he needs a goal, doesn't he, for his confidence and everything. I think he played really well against Fulham, especially just before half-time and for a little while after half-time as well. He played really, really well. But he didn't get his goal, and he would have got his goal early on when he tapped it in, but it shouldn't really have been disallowed, I don't think. So, yeah, he needs to score a goal soon, and I really hope it's today. He did really well with that backwards header where it was sort of behind him, and he just leant back and headed it and got that little bit of power on it and went over the top of Rodak, I think it was, in net for them, and hit the post and bounced out. And yeah, it was very unlucky, but very good sort of skill to be able to direct that on target. So Rutter's been getting a lot of stick as well for not performing and stuff, because I get it. Like, there's the anxiety of the fact that he's a £35 million player and he's not particularly done anything world-beating yet. But, like, as Jer said on the final word, you're paying for potential with somebody like Jorginho Rutter. It's the same as what Wolves did with Fabio Silva. And he had a few little good games in there. and he's been on loan quite a few times, and now he's absolutely ripping it up on loan. So they're hoping he comes back in and does really well. But he was £35 million, and what you're paying for is all that potential. Hoffenheim don't want to let somebody like that go because they know that eventually he's going to be worth a lot of money because they've seen him day in, day out. So yeah, I think people are a bit harsh on Rutte so far, and he's only had a couple of games to really get his point across. And when he actually played against Fulham, he started, didn't he? Yes, he did start, and the first time he started, I thought he had a really good game. So, and especially we haven't even got Bamford today at all. He's not even on the bench. So, hopefully, Rutte can sort of can make a case for himself staying in that position now, and keeping his spot, because I think if Bamford's in there, Bamford probably starts over him in the league. But Rutte kind of really needs to prove himself today. He's got probably 90 minutes unless Nonto comes on for him, or somebody like Joseph as well is on the bench. I can't see who else would really come on for that would be a better striking option than Rutte. So I feel like he might get a good 90 minutes today, and we'll see what he's really all about. So yeah, like I say, hoping he does really, really well today and at least gets a goal. I'm thinking, what have we got for score predictions then? People put it down in the chat. What are your score predictions? Do you think we win? Do you think we lose? Do you think we draw? I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to say that it's a 1-1 draw or 0-0, and we just can't get it. We can't get across the line. We can't score. So Maxine saying 1-0. Rob saying, I think Leeds fans have been in the lower division so long, some have forgotten what top players cost. Rutte has provided some glimpses, in my opinion. Yeah, that's the thing as well, isn't it? It's that £35 million is smashing our transfer record. But for the Premier League, it's still not that much. Like, you look at Chelsea, and they've signed a lot of players for a lot of money, and they're not really performing at the moment. So imagine how mental their fans are feeling about this. Michelle saying 2-1 Leeds. Rob saying 2-1 Leeds. Seems like a lot of people are saying that Leeds are going to win this, which usually means that they won't, because that's just sod's law, isn't it? So players all heading out onto the pitch now. Nice to see that Verber's back in there, because I know he picked up that shoulder injury and a bit of a dislocated shoulder, or a pain in his shoulder. He was holding it in one of the games where he went down. So I'm hoping that he's fully fit, because he makes a massive difference in there. We talked about that, how he really improves Robin Koch. He really improves Junior Firpo. They all play, like, the players around him are playing a lot better with him in there than without him. We've also got no Cooper today as well. I've just thought about that. No Cooper. He's out injured still. So we've not got a full strength bench, but we've got a decent bench. I'm just gonna put my headphones on now because we're about 3 minutes from kickoff. And if there's any sort of minute silences or anything, I would like to observe them on stream. But at the moment, it's just playing the Premier League anthem. Maxine saying we have a chance of today for 3 points. Yeah, well, I think there was only a couple of people in when I started talking about this, but if we can get them sort of turning on themselves, like they haven't won in 5, and they're Chelsea, and they've spent 700 and something million. So like, this ties into what Rob said as well about that the players are not supporting Potter as well. So the longer that we can keep Chelsea from scoring, the more toxic Stamford Bridge gets. The more they get on the back of the players, the more they get on the back of Potter. The more toxic things get, the more sloppy the players are going to be. That's generally how it works in the Premier League, or in any league, to be honest. So I'm genuinely thinking that if we can keep them out till at least half time, 60 minutes or so, maybe, they will start to get toxic, and then that's our chance to try and win the game. And I know I've just said that, but we will then concede in like the first 2 minutes or something. But it hasn't seemed that way under Javi Gracia so far. It hasn't really seemed like we're a team that just gives away loads of chances. we've limited teams to shots from distance, and Fulham took full advantage by scoring 2 absolute screamers. But I just think, we've got enough defensively now to try and keep Chelsea out, who've been struggling to score anyway. Welcome, Michael. Saying, oh, wait, let's swap this around. Welcome, Michael, saying afternoon and joining the stream. Martin saying, if I say 5-1 Chelsea, will that counterbalance the optimist and swing cruel fate back in our favour? You never know. It might do. It's the sort of thing that... it's the sort of thing that is a very Leeds fan thing to say. I would say that because I like I said, we always do the opposite of what people predict. When we're actually expected to win this or expected to get a good result, that's when it'll go wrong. But hopefully not. Early goal to Leeds and the place could turn into a slaughterhouse. Yeah, there's that as well. If we can keep them out and score a goal as well, they are going to go mental in that stadium. It's going to be toxic. So, I mean, I've seen it toxic at Ellen Road before. Not horrendously toxic, but like pretty bad when we were about to get relegated last season. There was a lot of hate towards the board and all that sort of stuff. But I feel like all of this will be directed at Potter and the players. So the board have spent 700 and odd million for Chelsea, so it's not really their fault, is it? Oh, let me get my timer ready. I always forget about this. There we go. We're live. 3 seconds in then. Yeah, perfectly synced up. Can hear Leeds fans already. Yeah, you can always hear Leeds fans. Leeds in the changed socks today because Chelsea play in white socks. Leeds have got dark blue socks on, and I don't hate it, you know. I think it's pretty nice. And I know it's the Leeds way to have white shorts, white shirt, white socks, as Don Revie changed Leeds' kit, rumoured to be in the image of Real Madrid, trying to emulate the great Real Madrid teams of yesteryear. But I do like Chilwell with a chance to cross here, cleared by Verba. I do like the dark socks with this kit. I think he looks really nice. Kovacic trying to wiggle his way through, and Leeds are able to clear again. Cool about it. Yeah, like I said before kickoff, Loftus-Cheek is playing at right wing back. And then Badiashile now with the ball, passing it out to Chilwell on the left-hand side. Chilwell down the line to João Felix. But Robin Koch takes it off him nicely. Now the ball with Somerville. Somerville tries to play it into Aronson, and it's won by Badiashile. Badiashile tries to play a ball in, and Max Verba has read it perfectly. It's exactly what you want to see from a centre-back. Good reading of the game, getting there nice and early, winning the ball, calm. Ilian Meslier plays a long ball forward, trying to hit Brendan Aronson, but he's not really going to win a header, is he, against Benoit Badiashile. I think I'm going to get some good points for my pronunciations today. Sterling with the ball into the box, curls over everybody, and Ayling's able to clear it. Little bit of an onslaught here from Chelsea at the beginning. Leeds just trying to keep them out. Michael saying, I hope if Leeds don't come away, the supporters don't get too let down. I feel as I feel many of the Leeds fan base are getting carried away with last week's result and feeling that they can get a result. Yeah, it's a combination of us that winning last week and the fact that Chelsea haven't won in 5, which you can see up there from the form table. But Junior Firpo has just given a free kick away in a pretty dangerous position, in a very Junior Firpo position. And João Felix and Ben Chilwell are stood over it. Who were Bournemouth playing? Somebody just said that Bournemouth are 1-0. Let me just check. Bournemouth beating Arsenal 1-0. Surely that'll turn round. Ball into the box from Chilwell. Meslier punches it away, but it's with Koulibaly, and he's let it go out for a throw-in. Yeah, we've got to hope that Arsenal turn that around, and you would imagine that they would, wouldn't you? They smashed Everton midweek, so you would imagine that they'd be able to turn Bournemouth round. They play similar, Arsenal to Man City, and a little bit similar, especially before Haaland came in. So I would like to see that City absolutely battered Bournemouth, and I would like to think that Arsenal will do the same. Leeds are doing a lot of backs to the wall defending at the moment. Sterling now with the ball. Sterling trying to cut inside, but Firpo giving him nothing there. Ball into the box. I think João Felix went for the bicycle kick. And João Felix was in an offside position after he did it. Timmy Chapman saying this is a very special player in route. So young though, tough on him, leading the line at 20 years of age. Yeah, people forget that he's so young for Leeds in a relegation battle, and he's been in the country 5 minutes. Not sure how I'd handle it. Yeah, we've got to cut him a bit of slack, haven't we? I was talking about this before, how people are sort of expecting him to be a £35 million player, but we've paid for potential. Yeah, Bamford is injured, Michael. He's not in the squad at all. If you are watching this and you want to put anything in the chat and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and you'll be able to. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that. We hit 5K, so thank you to everybody who supports me, all my regulars, the people who watch every video and every stream. Thank you so much for supporting me. We've hit 5K now, and it's on to the next 5. Which this 5K took me 2 years, so hopefully the next 5K doesn't take as long. Ball into the box. That was so close to Havertz, and Meslier is able to collect it in the end. That was worrying moments there. But yeah, 19 people in the chat right now. Let's hit that like button and hopefully get it out to more people. Felix will go. Jatex is saying Felix will go down with the slightest breeze. Sheesh. Yeah, he does. He's that sort of player, isn't he? And I think he probably did that very well for Atletico Madrid. Whenever he's in forward positions and he's not really got anywhere to go, just go down, win a free kick, get everybody up the pitch. Chilwell, did Chilwell get a yellow card there? Chilwell just chopped down Somerville, and I'm not sure whether it was. I'm not sure whether it was given as a yellow card. I don't think it was. Robin Koch now with a pass out to Ayling. Ayling tries to play it into Somerville, and Somerville comes forward. And he sort of just ball played past him. So a bit disappointing there for Leeds' sort of first bit of possession in the first 5 minutes or 6 minutes now. Now the ball with Wesley Fofana. Back to Koulibaly. Harrison is dropping back to help Firpo. Yeah, he probably will need to, because we're going to have a lot of pressure on us in this game. I think Chelsea have started really brightly, really well. So I'm kind of hoping that we can weather this storm, because they can't keep it up the whole game, can they? But it's whether we can weather this storm and not concede whilst they've got this period of massive dominance. Ball in the box from Sterling. Header up from João Felix, and it's gone out for a goal kick there. Yeah, I mean we're kind of under the cosh at the moment. But when you watch the replays, we're pretty organised. Robin Koch should. Oh no, sorry, not Robin Koch. Ayling should be winning that header, I think. But he's sort of pushed down by João Felix. Michael's saying he would like Leeds to match mix and match their signings. By all means, sign potential, but sign ready-made Premiership Premiership players like Ings, proven track record for Liverpool, Southampton, and Villa. Ruta tries to step inside there, and the ball's taken off him by a combination of Koulibaly and Fernandes. Oh, ball through. Aronson's in. Oh, and Koulibaly's slid it out for a Leeds corner. Yeah, we talked about this the other day. Like, sometimes you just need to sign the obvious player, like Danny Ings. Doesn't have to be him, but it could be other people like Danny Ings that are just a proven goal scorer. I get why they signed Ruta, because he looks like he's got really high potential, but sometimes you do need somebody for the here and now, more of a short-term signing to actually just go and get your goals. Leeds had a little cross there. Went over the bar, though, from the little flicked header. Michelle saying, sorry, got caught up watching the game. Congrats on 5K. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm very happy with that. I don't like such lazy commentary from. Have the lights all just? Why has it gone so dark? It's such lazy commentary from the commentators there. He's saying Leeds are not really capable of. Someone said he said something about trying to slow it down. I can't remember who he said it was about. I didn't hear it, but he said about trying to slow the game down. He said, "Oh, Leeds are not really capable of that. They only play at 100 miles an hour." I'm like, well, we've got a new manager, and we don't play at 100 miles an hour under this new manager. So, like, what are you talking about? Like, it's not the same no matter who is in charge. JC saying, afternoon, mate, nervy start, just need to get a foot on the ball. Yeah, it is a bit of a nervy start, but we are defending compactly. We are defending nice and tight. Just getting a shot of the Leeds crowd here, seeing if I can see my mate who I know is there. Couldn't see him there. But yeah, we are a little bit compact and deep, but we're just trying to weather the storm. I don't necessarily think that's nerves. It may be a nervy start for us watching it, but I think the players are all right here, you know. Pete saying, is Bamford injured again? Yeah, Bamford's injured. He's not in the squad at all, as you can see on my this side, whichever side, bloody hell, on the Leeds side. He's not on the bench, so yeah, it's kind of a game where we're reliant on Rutter to do something, but I mean, hopefully it brings him out of his shell, and it's what he needs to go and get his goal, is a bit of pressure. Michael saying, congratulations on 5K, thank you very much. And to Leeds Birds, Rants helping reaching 1K on Just Joe Football Show. Yeah, I think before she went on the Just Joe Football Show, she had 715. And with 2 sessions on the final word, she's got 1,000. So, yeah, the power of the audience. God, Graham Potter looks like he's stressed, doesn't he? I wonder how many more games he's given. If Chelsea lose this or draw this, I wonder how many more games he gets. I can't imagine it'd be that many. I think Chelsea have got a corner here after a bit of confusion between Robin Koch and Meslier. I didn't actually see that because I was reading the chat. I don't know what happened, but apparently it was sloppy and we've just given them a corner. And they've got Fofana, Badiashile, Koulibaly. Chilwell now with a chance to put it in. 2 hands up, back post. Oof. Wesley Fofana came flying in and his header went over the bar in the end, fortunately for Leeds. JC saying he doesn't like short goal kicks. It just invites pressure. Happened against Fulham. Yeah, it depends on the opposition, doesn't it? I think against Southampton, who are sitting deep, fair enough, play out from the back. But if you're against Chelsea, sometimes you just need to launch the ball forward and see what you can pick up in the midfield. Ainley's just gone down there. I think it was an accidental elbow or shoulder in the face by João Felix. Rob saying it'll all come down to the dressing room. If he has lost the dressing room, I think his days are numbered. Yeah, people saying that the players aren't really wanting to play for him and stuff as well. So I think Ayling ran into João Felix there and has taken a whack in his head. Who have we got on the bench that can play right back? Christensen, who is an out-and-out right back at least, but obviously struggled in his time so far at Leeds. Timmy Chapman saying, short pass from keeper to defender from us every time. What's the idea here? Yeah, I think they're trying to play out from the back and trying to build attacks from the back, but sometimes against a team like Chelsea, you just need to take your chances getting it forward. I think that must have been a foul on Rutter. Chilwell slid him and it's gone out for a goal kick somehow. Maybe it was a good tackle. Michael saying Gracia needs a long chat with Nonto, shaking his head when he gets subbed and getting into infield spats with opposing players. Not good as a big go. Did the same with McKennie and Adams, who get carded. Yeah, sometimes I think you can't really take that out of a player, though. Some of the players are just fiery and just feisty and try and... oh, it is a corner. Aronson to put it in the box now. Oh, it's shot to the front post. Firpo's taking it out wide. Firpo's been tackled here by Kovacic, who's now passed it into João Felix. Felix is going to try and get it forward, and Max Verber able to make the tackle well, as you'd expect from him. Yeah, sometimes Adams and McKennie and stuff, I don't think you can take it out of them. I don't like it. It's like saying to Pepe or Sergio Ramos, be a bit nicer and stuff on the pitch, but I just don't think they possibly could, because that's just what they're like. But Nonto's not got a bad attitude, I don't think. I think he's just... I think Gracia will stand for less crap than what Jesse Marsh would have done, and I think even just like a little head shake, he'll be quite strict about and probably drop you for it. But I also think it's tactical in this game. Nice ball forward into Brendan Aronson. Brendan Aronson trying to hold the ball up now, looking for options. Does well, keeps hold of it, gives it into Adams. Adams back into Jack Harrison. Jack Harrison looking for a pass, gives it into Tyler Adams, who's looked like he was fouled. Oh, excellent tackle from Tyler Adams. Oh, but somehow Chelsea have come away with the ball, and now Chelsea have got a counter-attack. They've played Kai Havertz through. Havertz coming into the box. Meslier makes an excellent save. Excellent save. Oh, God, that was close. We were caught then. We were really caught, but... I mean, I don't know. I feel like it was a foul on Tyler Adams, but Ayling's playing Havertz on, and Havertz could have passed that into Chilwell there, I think, and Havertz went for it himself. And Meslier makes a really good save. Chelsea now with the corner then. João Felix puts it in. Rutte with a header away. Tried to lump it back into the box, but Harrison now heads it. And Rutte is dispossessed. Chelsea just constantly trying to put the ball forwards. Welcome, Alex. How are we playing? It's been a start where we've had to defend a lot. Chelsea have been on top a lot, and they're trying to create stuff, and they had a one-on-one with the keeper there. But we haven't really given them much in the way of chances so far. We just need to be better when we do have the ball, because we don't seem to be able to do anything with it when we finally do get the ball back and we go up the pitch. So I'd like to see us in the second half, not in the second half, in the rest of this half, actually play a little bit better with the ball in attack. Michael S. saying, does anyone know why we're playing in blue socks? We are playing in blue socks because they are playing in white socks. In the Premier League, you literally cannot play with the same colour corresponding garment, if you get what I mean. Like, you can't play... When we played against Fulham, I think they wear black shorts, so we couldn't wear our dark blue shorts. We had to wear orange shorts, or our like charcoal shorts. We had to wear orange shorts. That's why we wore those orange shorts. So if you can't have the same colour as an opposition player, socks, shorts, or shirt. But like I was saying before, I actually really like this kit with those dark blue socks. I think it looks nice. Verber now with the ball, gives it back to Meslier. Meslier is going to send it long. Michael saying, hoping Gracia makes Leeds compact and more difficult to beat and makes Leeds unpredictable team. Mix and match how Leeds play, unlike with Bielsa and Marsh, who had one style of play. Opponents sus Leeds. Yeah, we are going to switch things up formation-wise, the way we play a little bit, but it's more... we are going to be compact. We are going to try and defend in basically two banks of four as a 4-4-2. And then when we attack, we can be a little bit more creative with the wingers drifting inside and outside to try and create stuff. So Tyler Adams there with a good block. Alex saying it does seem frustrating to hear we still can't progress the ball with how much money we've put into midfield. Yeah, it's always going to be difficult, though, isn't it, when you're playing against somebody who's just won the World Cup in Enzo Fernandez and then signed for 120 million or whatever it is. Like, excellent midfielder. Kovacic as well, who I think is still criminally underrated. He's an unbelievable midfielder. I think we are going to struggle against them because they are just so good. They've got world-class players in there. Corner comes in, and that's a handball from Chelsea, but Leeds are able to clear. I think Fofana might have hurt himself there. Kepa's just kicked the ball out. Fofana's still down here. No, it was checked by VAR, that tackle from Ayling on Fofana, but Ayling definitely won the ball there. Rob saying the concern for me is that Chelsea, like scum, have too much world-class talent to simply sit back and soak up pressure. Sooner or later, one of them will find something. Yeah, when you actually, like, before this game, you're kind of thinking, oh, well, we could win this, and they've been playing terribly. But when you actually look at their team, and they've got so many injuries, and their team is still this good, it's like, yeah, it's levels, isn't it? It's a level above what we can provide on the pitch. So you kind of have to accept that they're going to have a lot more of the ball, and we're going to have to bide our time and wait for the opportunities to score. You could see there, though, when Chelsea had the ball at the back, that we were in that nice compact 4-4-2 without players rushing at the back four to try and win the ball off them, just moving from side to side, waiting for those opportunities and those triggers to go and press the ball in midfield. You can see it working. Leeds with the throw in just about on the halfway line here. Guessing it's going to be Junior Firpo to take. Comes into Ruter. Ruter wins it, but it's bobbling around a little bit. But Aronson drops it off to McKennie. McKennie with a nice little touch into Somerville. Somerville tries to weave his way past Chilwell, but doesn't. But somehow Chilwell gives it back to him, and then Somerville is dispossessed finally after he dawdles on the ball for too long. João Felix plays it into the path of Fernandez. Fernandez passes it into Sterling. Sterling to the edge of the box, and Chilwell hits the bar. It wasn't Chilwell, it was João Felix. João Felix hit the underside of the bar there with a really good strike. Ooh, that was a close call for Leeds. We're definitely suffering a lot more chances in this game than we have in the last two games combined. Michael saying that the future looks good for Leeds, even if they survive relegation, if the 49ers eventually take over the club. They've shown their commitment by providing funding for January recruitment. Yeah, they have. And hopefully it continues, because they should be taking over the club this summer, which, if we stay up, means that we'll be able to push on a little bit next year, hopefully. But for this year, we just need to concentrate on staying up. Maxine saying that Somerville should have passed that to McKennie when he called for it. He definitely should, and he's caused us issues. Now Ayling's caused us issues as well by losing the ball. Excellent tackle by Verba, though. Really good tackle by Verba. Leeds need to stop giving the ball away. Aronson with the ball, drops it off to Adams, gives it into Firpo. I think we just need a bit of calm. Just calm down a little bit on the ball. Firpo into Harrison. Harrison tries to play a nutmeg through a Chelsea player, but Leeds are trying things that are just too difficult. Like, just keep it simple for now. JC saying that was lucky, worried about how poor we are with our ball retention. Yeah, it's worrying for me. Like, we keep getting up the pitch and then just having no idea what to do with the ball. I just need to see us just have a little bit of composure, and even if it means just keeping the ball and going backwards a little bit and just trying to keep the ball and rotate the possession just to the point where we're then able to find a gap to play it through. You don't need to play it through straight away, and maybe that's just a habit that they've got in from Jesse Marsch, is trying to play the first pass and trying to play the easiest, well, not easiest, the quickest option. Chilwell's coming into the box. Excellent tackle by Robin Koch there. Unbelievable tackle by Robin Koch. Somerville keeps it in, but it's gone straight back to Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez into João Felix. João Felix up against Luke Ayling. McKennie gets a foot in, but the ball just keeps going back to Chelsea. Now Kovacic into Havertz and dropped off to Enzo Fernandez. Shoots straight at Meslier. Meslier is able to catch. We really need to improve on our ball retention. We really, really do. It's seriously worrying how little we can hold on to the ball. Enzo Fernandez there, powerful strike, sort of straight down the throat of Illan Meslier. But Leeds just need to actually work on holding the ball, actually controlling the ball. And yeah, just if we can just actually retain possession, we take the pressure off ourselves for a little while. Ayling now with the throw-in right in front of Graham Potter's technical area. Oh, Aronson tried to take a nice little turn touch, but didn't manage to. Aronson's caught out Koulibaly. Oh, shades of the summer where we, or the start of the season where Aronson actually absolutely had the run round of Koulibaly. He nearly took it off him there. Firpo now has lost the ball to Sterling, but managed to win it back really well. Adams has just expected the ball to go to someone else, and now it's gone to Enzo Fernandez inside the box to João Felix, underlapped by Chilwell, and then back to Felix again. Felix is going to try and put the ball in the box in a second. He does so, but Leeds managed to clear. Somerville now with the ball. Tries to play it down the line for Brendan Aronson, and he's just played it into touch. Like, God, we are bad at passing. We are really bad at passing. Like, people talked about the fact that we're transitioning from the Jesse Marsch system where you're just trying to play it as quickly as possible and get forward, and it's not really about having really good passers. But even then, you need somebody who can actually pass it to a teammate. And we just don't seem to be able to pass it to each other. Like, it's awful. We must be one of the worst passing teams in the Premier League. Like, we've created a lot of chances this season, and we've scored a fair few goals, but we just don't pass the ball well to each other. Like, it's awful. Like, Rob saying he might put his heart rate monitor on. This is so stressful. It'll work. It'll register as a cardio workout. JC saying we need to calm down. Poor pass out by Somerville, and I haven't seen anything from Harrison yet. I almost think we need to try and just get to half time at 0-0, you know, because at the moment we're worrying me because we just don't seem to be able to get the ball down and play. Granted, they're going to have a lot of possession. They're going to have the ball more than us. We're going to be under pressure. But when we do get the ball, we need to take advantage of those chances to get forward, and we just don't. We're not good enough at retaining possession. Jatek saying forgot Harrison was on the pitch. Yeah, the only things that he's really done is received the ball in tight areas and not really managed to wriggle his way out. So it's frustrating at the moment. It's really frustrating. Ayling now with a throw-in. Ayling sends it down the line. Rutter's being held the whole time by Badiashile there. I don't understand how that's not a foul. If some of the other fouls that I've seen in recent games have been given as fouls, I don't see how that one isn't. Badiashile just had hold of both of his shoulders and just pulled him down behind him. Makes no sense. Meslier is able to collect the ball there after a wayward pass from Enzo Fernandez. rolls all the way through to him. So nearly half an hour in here, and it's 0-0, but we've not really created anything. McKennie's about to get caught out in possession here. He hasn't just, but bloody hell. Like, Aronson's never going to win a high ball against Badiashile, so I don't know why we keep pinging it up to him, expecting him to. I think we're struggling to play against a 3 at the back, to be honest. Wesley Fofana now with the ball. Keeps in, gives it to Kovacic. Michael saying McKennie and Adams' weakness is in progressive passing. We don't have a Pablo who can put a foot on the ball and deliver a cutting pass as well as unlocking low block defenders. Yeah, I think Rocker helps, you know. I don't know whether that means we go in the 3 or we take one of our midfielders off, but I think Rocker would help having him in there because he's got that ability to spread the ball out to the wings with a long raking pass. He can play diagonal balls. He's pretty good at distributing the ball well, and it's something that Adams and McKennie don't really have in the locker. McKennie's playing as like a right-sided sort of defensive midfielder, and that's really not his best position. He's a number 8 who likes to get forward, and I think you saw his best position against Fulham. It's going to be a goal kick to Leeds there. You saw his best position against Fulham, and I think that was getting forward and linking up the plays. His final ball was off, but surely at some point he's going to sort that. So I don't know. It may be Aronson that comes off. McKennie goes on into Aronson's position, and then Rocker comes on for where McKennie was. I could see that happening. That would make sense. But really, at the moment, we don't really have any quality in passing the ball forwards. Firpo now with the ball on the halfway line. Leeds, just please keep the ball. Have a little look up. That's it. McKennie into Aronson. Aronson out wide. This is nicer. Ayling now puts the ball into the box. Dropped off by... Oh, nice play there from Leeds. That's the first time we've got the ball down and played nice football. McKennie into Firpo. Firpo into the midfield. Sprayed out to Ayling. Ayling with a good ball in. Ruter just drops it off nicely for Aronson to hit. And if Aronson's shot isn't blocked, it's definitely on target. So that's much nicer. That's the sort of bit of quality that I was wanting to be able to see in this game. So yeah, let's hope that we can sort of emulate that in the next coming minutes, because if we can, there's always a chance of scoring, but you can't score if you don't keep the ball. And great ball forward there to Chilwell, whose first time volleyed finish his first time finished just past the post, and it's a good job that it was a left back that had that chance. Ayling now with the ball. McKennie tries to send it long. Badiashile against Ruter, and Badiashile has won that battle. Adams manages to win the ball back there, and Verba sweeps up, gives it into Koch, who plays it out to Firpo. Firpo now needs options, gives it out to Harrison. Leeds are being cornered a little bit here, but they've done well to get out of it. McKennie into Adams. Adams trying to drive forward here. Plays it down the line to Aronson. Leeds have got a lot of players in this attack here. Please get the ball in the box. Aronson. Oh! Good ball in from Aronson, but is cleared by Kovacic. Better from Leeds. Much, much better. Yeah, Michelle saying we are playing better now. Yeah. Rob saying Aronson's the closest thing to a creator we have at the moment. We saw it then. He took on his man. He ran past him. He cut inside and got a ball in the box. Took on Fofana there. Did really well. Got the ball in and just, yeah, Firpo's trying to get on the end of it, and it's just been cleared by Kovacic. So much, much better from Leeds in these last few minutes. This is what I want to see from Leeds. This is what we were missing under Marsh, playing that sort of football there. The one that Ayling crossed in and that one that's just happened. That's what I want to see. Aronson now trying to put the ball in the box. Oh, it's won by Koulibaly. Ayling tries to win the second ball. Ball's bobbling around in the box, and Chelsea are going to break now. but Firpo's going to get there before Meslier. Junior Firpo does really well. Nice calm back pass to Meslier. Meslier sends it long. Chelsea have now got the safe possession in midfield and now at the back. Michael saying this game is similar to Chelsea-Southampton. Southampton rode their luck, soaked up so much of Chelsea attack and gradually pressed higher in second half as Chelsea ran out of ideas and profited by mistakes. Yeah, good shout. We could see that happen. I'll say that. Yeah, right. They haven't scored on that attack. Yeah, we could see that sort of thing happen. And like I said, that's what I said at the start. To be fair, the more we frustrate, the more we make it toxic in that ground, the more likely we are to be able to get the better of them. And so hopefully, if we can't score before half-time, we can at least go in at 0-0 and they'll be starting to get a little bit tetchy. But Leeds have now got a chance for a counter-attack with Somerville, and Wesley Fofana's going to get a well-deserved yellow card there. Somerville did really well to step around Fofana there, but Fofana just booted his kneecaps off, so yellow card. Jatek saying Aronson's got the corner past the first man finally. Yes, that is something that we need to improve on as well. Our set piece taking has been terrible, other than Sam Greenwood, who isn't good enough to start, so then you don't sacrifice another player for somebody who's a fairly decent free kick taker or set piece taker in general. Somerville and Harrison have switched rings. They could not be any worse. The moment, I think they're still on the same wings they were on. Oh, so Rutte tried to take a little touch through the defence there, but didn't manage it. Good tackle there by Tyler Adams. Back into McKennie. McKennie tries to play a ball through to Rutte. Tyler Adams does really well to keep the ball against Enzo Fernandez there. Now Jack Harrison with the ball. Offside? Adams has gone down holding the back of his head here. Rob saying, I think Harrison is being nullified as he feels the need to hang back to assist Firpo with Sterling. Yeah, you could see that, but also you could see that Leeds overload that side a bit later on in the game when Junior Firpo gets forward. When Junior Firpo gets forward to help out Harrison and create a sort of double up on what's his face's side, Fofana's side, who is already on a yellow card now. So we could see some actual the opposite of that in the second half, and it could benefit us. Nice little touch from Leeds there, trying to keep it in the midfield. Rutte brings it down, looking for options. Rutte brings it forward and gives it into Ayling. Ayling's only really got Rutte and Somerville with him. Somerville trying to get into the box. That's a free kick. Good area for a free kick, this. Somerville's been brought down by Koulibaly. Koulibaly was always rated and talked about as a top defender, and sometimes in the air he's brilliant. He always heads it, always gets the ball away. But in one-on-one situations against tricky attackers, he's always fouling people and not very good in one-on-one situations. So yeah, the more that we can run at him, the more likely we are to get him on a yellow card. And we've got a good chance to have a shot here. So Jack Harrison standing over it, so we know it's not going to be a goal. I'll be happy to eat my words if this flies in the top corner. Aronson, McKennie and Harrison all stood over this one. Oh, McKennie's gone and stood in the wall now, I think. Jack Harrison shoots over the bar. Yeah, I told you. He's not good at free kicks. He's really not good. I don't know why we continue to let him take them. I think we should just let other people have a go. Even actually, Max Verber took free kicks at Salzburg. Give him a go. Yeah, Alex as well saying, I wish someone would ban Harrison from free kicks. I genuinely think we should give Verber a go on free kicks. Do you remember Alex, the Brazilian player, Alex, the centre-back that used to play for Chelsea? He used to take long free kicks and he used to absolutely leather them. He had such a hard strike on him, and Verber's got that in his left foot. I think we need to give Verber a go at taking some free kicks, because it's not like it would be massively out of position if he took that, because he was in the box for it anyway. So Oh, Somerville, you filthy boy. Really good skill there from Somerville. Ruta tries to get a foot in there, does well, but doesn't quite get it. Leeds really sort of physically putting pressure on the Chelsea players here. Getting a shoulder and getting a foot in and really giving them something to think about. And it's caused Ruben Loftus-Cheek in the end to just play a ball into touch. So, yeah, David Luiz did it for Chelsea as well. Yeah, good shout. Mile Jedinak was the same, like an artillery piece, yeah. I think Verber's definitely got that in the locker, and I feel like we should just give him a chance to take one every now and again, because genuinely there is like a 0.01% chance of one of Harrison's free kicks going in. Michael saying that Leeds are going to bide their time, or they must bide their time, wait for opportunities to play strong defensively, and then and then try to get forward and score. And yeah, I think good ball into Rutter. Rutter against Koulibaly, and Koulibaly's managed to win that one-on-one that time. It was a good ball into his feet, though. And I think Leeds have really, really grown into this game. Do you remember in the first sort of 5-10 minutes when I said that Chelsea cannot sustain this pressure throughout the entire game? So Leeds really have to, welcome Roscoe, Leeds have to really weather that storm, which they did, and they didn't concede from it. And we gave away a fair few chances, but we didn't concede. And now we seem like we're in the ascendancy, and we're on the uptick just before half-time. So, I mean, if we can score just before half-time, then it's unbelievable. But I'd be very happy going in 0-0 at half-time, given the way that this game has gone. But I think we're massively improving with the ball. When we were talking about before, our ability to hold on to the ball and keep possession, we were doing really badly at that. We seem to be doing so much better at that now. So, that's a free kick. Somerville's just won a free kick about halfway inside the Chelsea half. Yeah, so it's a massive improvement for me. I think we're doing really well now in this sort of second half of the first half. I think Verber has it in his locker. He played some great crosses in for Salzburg, yeah. And I think he's got an absolute rocket on him. I could tell from that shot he took against Cardiff. There was one in the first Cardiff game where he absolutely leathered it. It got blocked, but you could just tell that he's the type of player who, once it's hit, it stays hit. And I could see how that could be helpful on free kicks. So, and it's not unprecedented, is it? Like I said, there was Alex who used to take them for Chelsea, and there was also David Luiz who used to take them for Chelsea. Just seen some pictures of Ted Bowley there with his hat and scarf on. He really doesn't look like a club owner, does he? West Ham 1-0 down at Brighton. Same for Crystal Palace. Villa. Roscoe saying, watched City game earlier, though I thought Newcastle were unlucky. Hopefully Leeds can get something today, though. Yeah, let's have a look at the live scores. To be fair, we'll have a look at the live scores at half-time, and we can talk about what's going on around the rest of the Premier League. Otherwise, we'll have nothing to talk about, will we, at half-time? Rutter is playing well, but he needs to remember he's the number 9 and get in the box. I think it's the sort of game, though, where Rutter is going to have to drop a little bit deeper to actually see any of the ball and to for anything to be created. Because I know what you mean, that he needs to be in there, but does the ball even get that far without him trying to get himself involved in the move? And I don't know if it does. I think it's the sort of game where he's going to have to drop back a little bit. Good defensive header there from Ayling calmly into the path of Meslier, who's able to claim, that's the word. I knew it began with a C. Be able to claim that. Ball out to Robin Koch now. Back into Mellier's feet. Meslier out to Verber. Leeds seem a lot more comfortable. We talked about us feeling a little bit nervy in the first 10 minutes, and we were under the cosh a lot there. But I do feel as though we look a lot more comfortable now, is the word I would use for that first half. Somerville plays the ball to Adams. Adams just on the edge of the circle, centre circle. Now gives it out to Harrison on the left-hand side. Harrison really needs support here, otherwise he just got tackled again. And now Chelsea have a chance to counter-attack. Sterling with a long ball forward. Ayling with a good defensive header into Robin Koch, and Leeds were able to comfortably stop that counter-attack. But really, Jack Harrison needs support. He's on his own up there. And when he gets given the ball, I don't know what we're expecting him to do. Great ball from Ruter into the path of Aronson. Koulibaly's managed to get a foot in, but Aronson's trying to get the ball in the box. It's, great ball across through everyone, and it didn't manage to get a Leeds touch on it, but very good from Aronson again. Enzo Fernandez plays a long ball out to the left-hand side where Chilwell tries to put it in the box. Meslier is able to come out and catch well. Well done. Commanding his areas. His area. If Aronson goes down there, he wins a pen there, I think. I don't think so, because Koulibaly had already clearly got the ball, but that was a really good pass from Aronson. It's just that Harrison should have been running inside his man rather than behind his man. When you see the replay, when you see where Aronson put the ball, Harrison should have curved his run inside his man. I know he didn't get there until too late, but he should have been trying to make that run on goal side of Loftus-Cheek rather than behind him, because he was never going to get to the ball that way. Jack Harrison now with the ball. Gives it into Aronson. Back to Harrison. Into McKennie. Lee's so much more comfortable now. This is what I like to see. The fact that we're actually trying to build attacks. Ruter tries to flick it round the corner. But it's cleared by Chelsea. And Firpo takes a lovely touch and then gives it into McKennie's feet, who gives it back to Adams, and Leeds go again. JC saying... we've settled down nicely. We've settled down a bit now, popping the ball about nicely. Yeah, I agree. This is so much better than what it was. Oh, great bit of play. Oh, good save from Kepa. Great bit of play there from Leeds. Somerville did really well, poked it into the path of Harrison, and Harrison's ball into the box was just cut out by Kepa, but much, much better from Leeds. Commentators hit the nail bang on the head there. 1 minute stoppage time, by the way. Commentators just said that it was frustrating Leeds in midweek as well, our inability to play that final pass. Enzo Fernandez now tries to play a left-footed ball into the box, but doesn't manage it. He's got another chance now. Right-footed, curls it into the box, punched away by Meslier, flicked on by Somerville, and it's going to be given as an offside. So we've got 15 seconds left here, so I think Leeds are going to go in 0-0 at the break. I think Harrison could have done better with that cross. I do think that, but I think it's we created that chance well there. We started poorly in this game, but we seem to have really sort of kicked into action now. Meslier, it'll go to half-time as soon as Meslier takes this kick. Meslier about to send this long. Yeah, half-time then. I'll take my headphones off so I don't get all the adverts in my ears whilst I'm trying to talk to you. But yeah, so... Oh, is the booze? Can't really see it anyway, but... yeah, so... I hear it, sorry. So, yeah, we it's sort of gone like we expected. We're frustrating them to the point where they get the fans get toxic and they get annoyed, and especially into this second half, when we get to sort of the 60th minute, if we can still be at 0-0, they're going to get more and more toxic, and that's what we want, really. At the start of this game, we were under the pressure a lot, and I really thought we were going to concede, but we did well. We didn't concede. We tried to limit their chances, but they did have a few good ones, namely that one-on-one with Meslier that Meslier was able to save by throwing out an arm and just popping it away for a corner. So I think we've done well to get out of that period of pressure and actually not concede for once, which makes a massive difference, because we don't have to then go and get back into the game. Like, the game's still for the taking with even one goal. But we definitely came into that game so much more later in the half. We were able to get the ball down and actually play, and like I said before, people were saying in the chat, and I was saying as well, how worrying it was that we weren't able to keep the ball and that we weren't able to actually control the play. We would just pass it straight into touch or pass it to one of their players and we get counter-attacked again. But I think that we actually have improved massively in that half. From the start to finish of that half, we improved massively at keeping the ball. We were able to knock the ball about a little bit better, popping it around, doing really, really well. Actually creating some chances. And so maybe what we need to learn in this Gracia system is that we need to be a little bit more patient with it, because under Jesse Marsch, we kind of expected that any time would be a time to go to goal. But I think we're a lot more patient. We try to control play. We try to stop the opposition from scoring, and then we build our way into the game. And I think we've done that really well in this game. It's like a perfect example of what Gracia wants to do against a better team, is defend well, stop them from scoring, and then as the game goes on, get more and more and more into the game and be able to get the ball down. Good little interplay. Aronson's looks really, really good and bright, and that's why I wore this shirt today, because I knew that he'd be a key player in this game. And I think he's done really, really well at creating stuff. Somerville's got a lot better. He kept giving the ball away before, and so did Adams and McKennie, but they seem to be able to actually string the passes together now, and Leeds are able to get forward a little bit. Someone was saying before that Aronson's probably our most creative player, and he is. And it's not necessarily with an unbelievable passing range or anything. It's more with his dribbling, his ability to drag the team up the pitch. So I think overall, I'm very happy with that first half, and if we can get into this second half and frustrate them even more, and then try and get that opening goal, I think we've got it in us to win this game. I still, though, would be happy with a draw. But yeah, let's look at the scores around the grounds. Obviously, City beat Newcastle 2-0 earlier. Chelsea Leeds is 0-0. Half time, Bournemouth is still beating Arsenal 1-0. Villa are beating Crystal Palace 1-0. Brighton are beating West Ham 1-0. And Wolves and Spurs is 0-0. And then Southampton play later. But yes, Rob's saying he'd take a draw as well. Let's have a look at the stuff in the chat, because I've been waffling on for too long. If Leeds can take the lead against Chelsea, it will test them mentally. Yeah, I can see that. If we can frustrate them by not letting them score, then they're going to get frustrated and they're going to get toxic in the ground. But if we can score, it's going to be 10 times worse for them. So you can see us holding on to a lead if we do manage to get in front. Jeff is saying Rutter has the first nice touch on him. Most risk came from the right-hand side. Thoughts on Ayling? Ayling gave a few balls away defensively that he really shouldn't have given away. And it was like, what are you doing there? But as the half went on, I think he's been a lot better. I think did Bournemouth score from kickoff? That looks like a tactic there. You can see that they're all on the halfway line. They all run forward, and Bournemouth just score like 40 seconds in. Bang. Unbelievable. But I'm still hoping that Arsenal come back and beat them. But yes, Chelsea were running out of legs in the last 10 minutes of that half. I'm not even sure it was legs. I think maybe it's just like confidence. They're like, where the hell is our next winning? We were sort of expect to beat Leeds, a relegation fodder. You look at the records, and they're struggling against us. At first, they were doing well, but yeah. Oh, Philip Billing at Arsenal today is the second fastest Premier League goal ever. 9 seconds and 11 milliseconds. Nice to see Aronson in a little bit, back in a little bit of form. He's not even in a little bit of form. I think he's been really, really good in this game. I think he's been creating opportunities and doing really well. The more that this half goes on, I don't think Diego Costa has just gone off injured for Wolves in that first half. Joe Cahill saying Marsh bellied American though would happily give Wisconsin back to Canada. Alex saying we need an early goal next half. I honestly think the first goal wins it. It could, it could, and people saying about Jack Harrison, I think he's the only player who's sort of struggled to get into it and struggled to do anything. I'd be tempted to give Nonto a run there. I think Harrison hasn't been particularly good enough in this half for what we want him to do. So I think it's probably a good idea to give Nonto a run there. And now, whether he'll do that from half time, I'm not sure. But let's do what we did last time. I started doing polls last live stream, and it worked quite well. So let's have a look. I think this is going to be a resounding yes, but let's ask this. There you go. So I've just put a poll in the chat now, and so far it's got a yes, 100%. Jack was a bit invisible. Yes, he was. Akira Shibata, how do I use a super chat? I genuinely don't know. I've never had a super chat, so I don't know. I can just check for you though. Let me see if I can try and find out how to do that. Let's see if I can do it. I'm just filling out a thing, by the way, everybody. I didn't realize that you actually had to do this, so. I didn't realize that you had to do this for super chat. This is why I've never had a super chat then, because I've never set it up. Let's see if this helps. Be a good job if I be a good thing to have, wouldn't it? Just in case. So I think super chats are now enabled. Back to YouTube Studio. If you refresh it now, it might actually be enabled, because I've never had it enabled before. I didn't know that I had to enable it. I just thought that I'd never had one, which makes sense now. But yes, I've set that up now. So if you refresh it, it might be there. I don't know if I need to refresh it. I've sort of sorted it, but yes, it says active. It says super chats are active. Super chats, super stickers, and super thanks are all active now. So it should be there, but like I say, I mean, I can try and refresh the stream. 1 second. I don't know if it still says that I'm live, but there we go. It's there now. Is it? I've refreshed. Is it working now? I don't know. Maybe it's because this. Maybe it's because that. Oh no. It should be working now because I've got the tab that says concurrent viewers, likes, and then it's now got a new tab that I've never seen before that says chat revenue. So I think it should be working. Oh, great. Thanks for letting us know. But yes, actually, now you mentioned TIFO, Rob, I'm thinking of starting a series, a bit like how they did sensible transfers. So I don't know if you've ever seen those videos, but TIFO Football, which are run by The Athletic, are a YouTube channel. They're great, by the way. And I think they have uploaded videos called Sensible Transfers, and then they say about a club, and they say this player would do really well, this player would do really well, and not too much money, all that sort of stuff. But I think I'm going to do it per player. So I'll do like an episode on a player that Leeds haven't actually been linked with, but I'll have done some research into them, and I'll say this is like an up and coming gem, a new star, somebody who could be excellent at Leeds and wouldn't be that much money. I made a video not that long ago saying one that was. Oh, thank you very much, Jeff. That's unbelievable. I wasn't expecting that. – Yes, thank you very much, Jeff. Yeah, you've sort of You've knocked my socks off there. Thank you very, very much. Where was I? Yes, so like a scouting report, basically. It would be like the Leeds Lately scouting report. It'd be like Victor Orta's list, but it would be Leeds Lately's list. And then I would talk about you have to do a dummy at the start, talk about someone and say, but we've decided to go from this player. Yeah, the way that YouTube works and stuff. Yeah, thank you very much, Jeff. That's unbelievable. Yeah, nobody feel like they have to donate that much. That is a lot. Yes, and the positive and tactical content will keep coming. I think I'm going to do a match reaction to this video, to this nudie run. I think I would lose my channel if I did that, Rob. But yeah, the best I can do is keep uploading videos, and I'll be uploading a couple this weekend. So yeah, but yeah, so like a scouting report almost and stuff, because I enjoy looking into that sort of thing, because I can look at players who have statistics that would really work, but that doesn't always tell the full story, does it? So I would also go into into looking at whether a player matches the eye test as well, whether they're really good on the eye. Somebody saying, what changes would you make? Julian saying, what changes would you make for the second half? Rocker. Yeah. Earlier on in this half, I was really thinking that it might be a good idea for Rocker to come on, and that maybe McKennie would go into Aronson's role, Aronson would come off, and Rocker would play in that holding midfield role with Adams. But I don't think I would now do that. I think I would now just put Nonto on. I think I would now put Nonto on for Harrison, but not straight away. Or maybe straight away, you know. I think Nonto for Harrison's the one for me. Thank you very much, Akira Shibata. I actually don't know the conversion rate. Oh, there we go. Thank you very, very much, Akira. Yes, come on, Leeds. We really, really need a win today, because if we do, it's the sort of win that could push us away from that relegation zone. And stringing wins together in the Premier League at this stage is massive, and you don't really see many teams down the bottom of the table do it. And the fact that Leeds could do it would be a massive, massive move. Oh, we're about to kick off again here. Referee's just kicking another ball off the pitch. If Bournemouth hold on for a win, Leeds could find themselves in the bottom three again. Even worse if Everton win away to Forest tomorrow. Yeah, so we kind of need a result, don't we? And I do think it's on the cards, you know. I think we've played well in this first half, and like I said, we sat back in that 4-4-2, those two banks of four. We moved from side to side. Defensively, we were sound, and then we were able to actually come into the game a little bit more. And the longer this goes on, the more chance I think we've got of winning it. So we've actually kicked off, and I was waffling again, so I haven't started the timer for the second half. There we go. We'll leave it like that. Yeah, they were just talking about on the commentary there about Edouard Mendy, what he did in the game earlier this season, which I forgot about that when Brendan Aronson took it off his toes and scored. So Aronson's already got history in this fixture, so let's hope that he can get back in there as well. KD's saying we need to come out how we finished the first half and not concede a goal in the first 10 minutes from some poor mistake. Yeah, you're absolutely right. If we are able to hold on to at least like the 55th, 60th minute, I think we then start to come back into the game again. I think we are going to be under pressure a little bit at the start of this half. We have just given the ball away there. And now Kovacic into João Felix, into the box. Sterling, and a good defensive tackle by Brendan Aronson, and block, and Sterling just hits it over the bar. Yeah, we're gonna be backs to the wall a little bit again at the start of this second half, and we need to hold on again for another Yeah, another 10, 15 minutes, and then I think we're going to start to come into the game. You know what? I think that could have been a handball from Sterling anyway before the ball came back to him again. But yeah, we really need to... Rob saying, Jesus Christ, please stop that. Yeah, we really need to concentrate on not giving the ball away in silly positions like we did there. McKennie tried to play a ball down the line for Somerville, but it didn't get through to him. Although Somerville has now won it back, and McKennie then tried to get it, but... Enzo Fernandez comes out with the ball, and now Ruben Loftus-Cheek gives it into Sterling. But Max Verber gets there, and Junior Firpo gets there as well. Junior Firpo, he's just absolutely twisted up Kai Havertz. Junior Firpo is a new man. He really is. He's playing really well, apart from that pass. But Ruta comes back and wins the ball and then gives it into João Felix. Leeds just need to settle down a little bit and calm down again, because I just think we struggle a little bit in the starts to halves. The start to the first half, the start to the second half, we struggle to not give the ball away in silly areas. Stop with the nothing little knocks onto the midfield. Yeah, I do think that we just keep... Yeah, we're passing it into dangerous areas and giving the ball away. It's the reason that Polina scored against us for Fulham, where we just passed it into the midfield and it went straight to what do you call it? Straight to Polina and missed Rocker. And I think people were blaming Rocker for that, but I don't think that was really his fault. Ruben Loftus-Cheek now with the ball gives it back to Fofana. Fofana on a yellow card, remember. Kovacic now with the ball. Out to Badiashile. Badiashile back into Kovacic. Leeds just tight, compact. Ball out to the wing now for Chelsea. Back into Badiashile. Back into Koulibaly. I think this game must be the game with the most syllables in the Premier League, especially if Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang comes on. The amount of names that I'm having. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Wesley Fofana, Benoit Badiashile, Mateo Kovacic. Every single one of their names has got like 4 or 5 syllables in it. It's an absolute tongue twister, but I think I'm doing okay. Kovacic now tries to bring the ball forward, gives it into Sterling's feet, but Leeds are nice and compact, trying to push them away from goal. Enzo Fernandez into Fofana. Fofana tries to play it into Kai Havertz. Then Leeds are able to win it back. I think one of their issues is that they're expecting their left and right centre-back to put balls into the box, and they're really not great at doing it because the wing-backs are higher up, and they don't really get the chance to put the ball in. Somerville tries to win the ball off Chilwell there, but he's not strong enough, and Chilwell comes away with it. Verber's given away a free kick where he just tripped Sterling just on the edge of the Leeds United box, and they're going to have a good chance to shoot here, but it could be one of those where, you know, when they say it's actually too close and it's so hard to get it up and over the wall. Yeah, Verber's just an inch or two away from the ball there, and he ends up kicking Sterling's legs rather than the ball. But Leeds need to really concentrate here, and Meslier especially needs to really concentrate here. And if it's a direct free kick, we can't be conceding it, because we need to hold on to this 0-0 for as long as possible and then try and build on it. So, yeah, this is a little bit of a worrying moment for Leeds. Yeah, Somerville's lying down behind the wall, as you sort of would have expected. From this range, I would have expected that. I keep saying it, but I think this kit looks so nice with the dark blue socks. I know it's not traditional Leeds, but it looks so nice with the dark blue socks. Havertz and Enzo Fernandez then standing over this one. I think it might be Enzo Fernandez. Shoots over the wall, over everyone. Out for a goal kick. Thank God for that. I was really worried there. Rob saying this match needs a health disclaimer warning. Do not watch if you have a heart condition, or, and I won't say that last bit just in case the stream demonetizes me or something. But Great ball forward from, well, great ball, sorry, long ball forward from Meslier that's actually gone into touch and not a great ball. But Chelsea take the throw in through João Felix and give it back into Badiashile, and they have comfortable possession at the back. We've made it 5 minutes, 5, 6, 7 minutes really into this second half now without conceding again, and we need to just make it another sort of 9 minutes. Maybe bring Nonto on for Harrison, and I feel like this game could turn in our favour. Everybody, Keyshawn's just said Harrison's overrated, where's Nonto? And that's exactly what the poll was for at half time. 93% of people wanted Nonto on for Harrison and 7% didn't want him on. So I think that's sort of like a good sort of estimation of what of what the fans are thinking. 1-0. Corners come in. Wesley Fofana scored it. 1-0 to Chelsea. 1-0 to Chelsea then, and I literally just said that we needed to hold on to this. But the way we've played in the game, I think we can still go ahead and get a draw, and that's what I wanted anyway at the start of the game. So if we can go and score a goal, which we've certainly got in our locker, typical Chelsea fan there, wasn't celebrating until he noticed that the camera was on him and then started celebrating. Yeah, it's a towering header from Fofana, and what he's done well there is he's put a hand on McKennie's shoulder. So as McKennie's tried to jump, McKennie literally can't jump because Fofana's hand is on his shoulder and he's sort of pushing him down. Michael saying you have a real curse of the commentator thing. Yeah, I think I do, to be honest. But I think that is what a lot of people. A lot of commentators have that happen, but yeah, the thing is, the only problem is that they'll probably have a lot more confidence now. They'll probably have a lot more confidence now they've scored, and that's only bad news for Leeds. You kind of wanted the tension to build a little bit, but it could be even worse if we concede. So, if we score, if they concede, then it could be even worse for them in terms of the atmosphere and stuff, because they're finally ahead, and then they go level again. But Leeds just need to settle down again and do what we were doing towards the end of that first half. And at the moment, we're sort of playing that sort of panic football again. But McKennie makes a good little run there and wins a free kick off Kai Havertz. Alex Ryan saying, could Meslier have punched that away? I'd need to see it again, I think, to be able to... I'd need to see it again to be able to know whether he... to be able to know whether he could have really punched that away. You can actually hear the Chelsea fans now that they've scored. But Leeds really need to shut them up and quickly. So that if we've got any chance of winning this game, which I don't think we have now, but we've at least got a chance of getting a draw, which would be a good result for us. Oh, good turn from Ruter there, but Badiashile has absolutely wiped him out. That should be a yellow card. And I hope he's not injured, because we've not really got a striker on the bench. That was a very tender... That was a very tender cheek stroke from Somerville on Nonto there. On Ruter, sorry. Ayling tries to put a ball first time into the box, but he's won Leeds a corner there. Come on, Leeds, let's return the favour. Let's have a big Verba header on this. Let's return the favour now. Come on. Come on, get the delivery right. Get ahead on it. Come on, Leeds. Chilwell and Koch pushing each other around there. Oh, it's Harrison taking it. It'll hit the first man. just to avoid hitting the first man. Go to it's a short corner. Jack Harrison now puts the ball into the box, curled in, headed up but not out by Chilwell. Rute tries to bring it down, but Leeds have won it. Tyler Adams has still got the ball. Well done. Tyler Adams shoots, curls it just past the post. Yeah, agreed, Michelle, saying that we need Nonto on now. I think Nonto's a good shout. I think he provides that extra little bit of one-on-one ability, and if he runs at Koulibaly, then they could be in big trouble. But Tyler Adams' shot isn't too bad there, just curled past the post, but promising signs. Promising signs. Ball with Fofana now. Apparently we haven't had an attempt on target. Yeah, I suppose I could see that. We've had some good chances and some good ball in some good areas, but we haven't really actually had a shot that's properly tested Kepa. And really, we need to start having a go at... the later it goes into this game, the more I think we need to just start having shots from the edge of the box and just actually trying to test the keeper at least, even if we can get those spills and stuff, then it will help. Firpo trying to recover the ball that him and Aronson lost there, but isn't able to, and Leeds need to now get back in shape. Enzo Fernandez with a great raking ball out to the left-hand side, where Chilwell's knocked it back into the path of Havertz. Yeah, in the 60th minute, I would be starting to think about bringing on Wilfred Gnonto for... what's his face? What's that bloke called? Does Javi not prefer Gnonto? Yeah, I think it may have been something to do with when he was substituted in one of the other games. He came off shaking his head like that, and I don't think Javi Gracia stands for stuff like that. I don't think he would look kindly on that, so I think that's why he's been dropped. But also, I do think it's a tactical thing as well, if that Gnonto just gets doubled up by everybody we play against because he's so tricky and so good, and that Harrison maybe is better at getting crosses in the box. But now I think it's time to switch that around and try and get Gnonto on. But McKennie makes a good driving run forwards here, and Koulibaly's won it back, but Leeds still have the ball. Now the ball with Somerville. He's not really got much help other than Adams behind him, who I think he's probably going to try and give it to now. Now he gives it into Jack Harrison, who's took up a more central position. Harrison tries to play it into Ruter's feet, and Ruter's had the ball nicked off him, and Firpo now wins it. Back into Harrison. Leeds now with the ball again. Good ball from Junior Firpo into Crescencio Somerville. Somerville comes into the box. Somerville in the edge of the box. Gives it out to Weston McKennie. Weston McKennie tries to give it to Ayling, but it's just behind Ayling. But Ayling's recovered and give it back to McKennie into Verba now. Leeds with a little bit more sustained pressure. This is what we wanted to see, but we just really needed to have not conceded that goal. I would be really happy with the way things are going, bar that goal. Jack Harrison now with the chance to get the ball in the box, crosses it to the back post. It's gone over everyone to Ayling. Ayling now with the chance to get it in the box, and Ruter's shot has hit Koulibaly and rolled right into the path of Kepa, who's able to pick it up with ease. Good play from Leeds. Good play again. Good ball from Harrison. Ruter's shot just hit. Ruter's shot hits Koulibaly. He's had some horrible luck, Alex is saying. Yeah, he has. In another game, that probably squirms through Koulibaly's legs and goes in the bottom corner, but it didn't. And that's the way the cookie's crumbling at the moment. Still not really having any shots on target. Yeah, Keyshawn saying Alicia manager is smart enough to sit Bamford out, but Bamford is injured. That's why he's not in there, because he's not even in the squad. You can see on my right hand side or on my left hand side, depending on which way it comes through on the stream. On the Leeds substitutes, he's not actually there because he's injured. Michael saying that Leeds need a point from this match at least. Yeah, and we're talking about the Bournemouth game. Hopefully Arsenal are able to turn that round, but so far they haven't been able to. And Bournemouth is still 1-0 up in that game, I think. So we need to try and get a draw out of this game at least. Oh, Bournemouth have made it 2-0. Oh, we might be in the relegation zone then. I mean, right now, I think we're in the relegation zone, aren't we? Yeah, we're 18th at the moment. 22 points. Oh, God. Yeah, we need a point here, don't we? We really do. Firpo with a good little turn. Firpo driving forward, tries to ping it through a gap, but doesn't manage to. Sterling now up against Robin Koch on a counter-attack here. Cuts inside, shoots, flies over the bar. I think it's time for some substitutes. I would like to see Wilfred Gnonto come on now for Harrison. Or even Aronson go out to the left-hand side, McKennie play a bit further forward, and Rocker come on. There's that option as well. And Harrison be the one that comes off, but for Aronson to go out and play there. Chelsea now with the ball. João Felix with it. Gives it into Badiashile. Fofana now with the ball. Again, you can see that they could see the actual structure of Leeds here. You can see what they're trying to do. And it's nice to be able to actually see a structured defensive formation and understand what every player's roles and responsibilities are. But we need to go and get a goal. The later this goes, the less likely I think we're going to get back into it. But I think we need to start by making a substitution. Enzo Fernandez tries to take it past Firpo, but a great tackle. And now Leeds can break with Jorginho Rutter, who's lost the ball. Leeds need to really work on their counter-attacking ability. We just either dwell on the ball. Yeah, which is exactly what Rob's just said. We either dwell on the ball or we misplace a pass. We really need to work on taking advantage of our defense, of our counter-attacks. Chelsea are about to make a double change. Kepa now with the ball. Sends it into the midfield. Arsenal have scored, have they? McKennie into Somerville. Somerville drives forward. Somerville with the ball into Aronson. Aronson, Somerville, oh! Kepa just flicked it away from Somerville's foot. Offside anyway. Offside anyway, but geez, that was close. Somerville broke forward, gave it into Aronson, nearly got it back. That's so close, really good. Aronson was offside there, and I don't know if he would have. I don't know if he would have got there if not, but good save from Kepa, and Leeds again. The chance goes begging. Fofana back to Koulibaly, but Koulibaly lets it run through his legs to Kepa and gives it out to Badiashile. 65th minute now. Final third entries, 27 for Leeds, 53 for Chelsea. But we've had 10 touches in there. They've had 20 touches in our box, but we've still had 10 touches in their box, which is a fair amount. We just need to actually take advantage of one of these situations. Yeah, Arsenal have scored against Bournemouth, so we can only hope that Arsenal come back and score a second. Harrison now wins the ball back. Harrison tries to cut back and wins a free kick there exactly on the halfway line. I think there may be some substitutes now. So Matteo Joseph and Wilfred Nonto are going to come on, which are Nonto and Joseph. Who are Nonto and Joseph coming on for? And João Felix is coming off for Chelsea. And Zakaria is coming on. Oh, and Sterling's come off as well. Gallagher and Zakaria. Rutte, and who was the other Leeds sub that came off? Nonto tries to get it forward. It's got stupid dive there from Loftus-Cheek. Aronson's come off. I don't understand that substitution. I mean, so far, Gracia's substitutes have actually been good, but I don't agree with taking Aronson off. I really don't. I think he's been excellent today. Maybe not excellent, but good. I think he's been good. Crystal Palace have had a player sent off. Brighton 2-0 up against West Ham. Wolves, Tottenham 0-0. Arsenal, Bournemouth still 2-1. Somerville now with the ball. Somerville with the great ball through to Nonto, and Koulibaly's able to get there. Unlucky there, but good play from Leeds. Trying to break the lines and get through, but just being shut out there by Koulibaly. Good header from Robin Koch. Tyler Adams now with the ball. McKennie tries to play a ball down the line, but cut out by Badiashile. Into Conor Gallagher. Tyler Adams wins the header into Wilfred Nonto. Knocks it back to McKennie. Nice play from Leeds. Firpo out to Harrison. Harrison tries to take on Loftus-Cheek. He's tried to get past Loftus-Cheek and just sort of fallen over him and given... nothing's been given there. Firpo wins the ball there well. Now Harrison with the ball again against Loftus-Cheek. He's being pulled back the whole time, and Leeds have won a free kick. Harrison just threw a little dummy, pretending he was going to take the free kick quickly, and a lot of the Chelsea players fell for it. It irritates me that Harrison talks/whispers about his set pieces. Oh yeah, as if he's like, oh, I'm going to do this and this, I'm going to do this and this, and it's going to go here, and we're going to score. And really, you're just going to sort of hit it into a Chelsea player. Come on then. Let's get the ball in the box, Harrison. Harrison with the ball in the box. Good header, just past the post. Actually, yes, Jeff saying as well, finally a very nice set piece. Set piece pass, yes. That's perfect, isn't it? It's exactly what you want in there. McKennie gets on the... Is it McKennie? Looks like McKennie was the one who got on the end of it. Most of his goals for Juventus, McKennie, were headers. That's a good chance. That's a really good chance. It's an excellent ball in from Harrison. Why is Rutte still sluggish? I don't think Rutte was sluggish in this game. He's gone off now, but it's Matteo Joseph who's up front now. I've got a similar hairstyle, I know, but I think Rutte's a bit bigger. So fed up seeing how ineffectual Harrison is. Yeah, I don't think he's horrendous, but I just think it was the wrong idea to take off Aronson. I think Aronson should have stayed on and Harrison should have come off. I think Nonto might be playing through the middle with Matteo Joseph. Chelsea got the chance to counter-attack now, but it's actually hit the back of Kai Havertz, and Verber's managed to get it back. Koch, though, is going to give it across to Ayling, and Ayling now going to clip it forward. Brighton 3-0 up against Crystal Palace, and Arsenal, I think, have scored, have they? Arsenal 2-2, Michael S. is saying, which actually changes the table, if that is correct. 2-2. Oh, bloody hell. Table. That's Leeds back out of the relegation zone on the same points as Bournemouth, but our goal difference is 15 goals better than theirs, and that's what it could come down to. McKennie now with a pass into Verba. Verba trying to get Leeds up the pitch as he crosses the halfway line and gives it down the line to Harrison. Harrison running at Loftus-Cheek, tries to give it into Firpo, and Firpo's been shouldered off the ball by Fofana. Very good defending there, and it's going to be a goal kick. If Arsenal come and score a third now, Leeds will be definitely out of the relegation zone at the end of this weekend, no matter what happens. Ben White scored. Thank you, Ben White, doing his duty for Leeds United. How much longer is Rodrigo out for? Good question. I think Rodrigo is out for probably another month before we start seeing him back in the matchday squads. So you're probably going to get him back for April and May. I think it's going to be back for April and May. Yeah. Leeds trying to press a little bit higher now, higher than they were before. Obviously, because we've gone behind, we're now starting to press a little bit higher. Adams trying to win the ball back there. Ball's gone all the way back to Kepa, and Kepa's tried to clip it into midfield, and McKennie's won it. But it's only gone to Loftus-Cheek, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek has fallen over now. Harrison with the ball. Jackie. You've got to put the ball in the box. You've got to put the ball in the box there. That's criminal. That is criminal to have an opportunity to put the ball in the box like that and just to do that. I can't abide it. It's awful. Is this Chukwuemeka? Yeah, Chukwuemeka's coming on. And Kovacic is coming off. There we go. Substitutions are on either side of me now, as you can see. So you'll always know what players are on and off the pitch, by the way. Oh, yeah, so I think somebody mistook Ritter for Mateo Joseph before, but if you just look at the substitutes on the side of me, you'll be able to see who's on and who's off the pitch. Harrison's final ball every time. Yeah, Rob saying, I sometimes wonder if selling him to Leicester would have been a bit of a Trojan horse move that brought them back to the relegation zone. Yeah, I worry about Harrison because I do think he's been really good for us in the past. Yeah, Timmy Chapman saying it's hard to defend Harrison sometimes, and that's exactly it, isn't it? I've defended him a lot because he scored like 11 goals for us last season, and was, everybody talks about Rafinha keeping us up. But Harrison was a big part of keeping us up as well with his goal contributions. So we can't really underestimate what he's done for this team in the past. I think he's been excellent over the years. But really, at the moment, it's his final ball and getting the ball into the box and his set pieces. It's just not been good at the moment. And it's really frustrating when you're in a game like this. You have a chance to get the ball in the box and you do that. It's really frustrating. Ball into Nonto's feet now from Harrison. Harrison out to Adams, into Firpo, and then back across to Robin Koch. Now gives it into McKennie to try and carry it, leads up the pitch. Good ball forward to Wilfred Nonto, but it's headed by a Chelsea player and then cleared by Enzo Fernandez. Oh my God. Giving the ball away there to Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher comes forward, tries to get into the box. Firpo, excellent tackle. Excellent reclaiming of possession. Ball forward into Wilfred Gnonto. Wilfred Gnonto making his way into the box, tries to play it into Harrison's feet, and it's just bounced off Harrison's feet. I sometimes think just shoot and the ball might come across to one of the other players. It's our final pass, isn't it? It's always our final pass, whether it's Gnonto, Harrison, anyone. We've been giving Harrison a lot of stick, but nobody's final pass is good. And that's been the difference. They're able to, well, to be fair, it actually hasn't in this game, but in the past it's been the difference that our final pass isn't there and other teams is, and they're able to score off their chances that they create. But we've created plenty of good opportunities to score, and the final pass is never right. Meslier now with the ball after a ball through to Havertz wasn't successful. But McKennie and Verber with that attack before, they just didn't really communicate. They didn't talk, and then Firpo had to clean up their mess for them. That's because we buy players who have not developed their final pass or finishing. Yeah, but even so, like, it's not that hard. Like, you should just be able to pass it to a teammate. Leeds do have more goals than Chelsea this season, you're right. And really, we're not really comparing to Chelsea, are we? We're more comparing to the fact that ourselves in the past, we've always had a lack of clinical finishing. But now more than ever, it's so important. Like in the Championship under Bielsa, when we're going for the title, it wasn't as bad because we were still better than everybody else. But in a league where we're sort of fighting for our life, it's worrying because we really need to take those chances. Ball into Adams. Adams into Gnonto. Leeds coming up the left-hand side, giving the ball into Jack Harrison. This time Jack Harrison takes a touch before putting it in the box. Gives it to Gnonto. Gnonto's touch isn't good enough, and Enzo Fernandez takes it off him. Gnonto, man, please. You're killing me. Ball out to Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher on the counter-attack tries to play a long through ball to Felix, and Felix's ball goes over everyone, and Meslier is able to just collect it. But Gnonto just takes a better touch and just have a shot. Gnonto's just played an excellent ball out to Somerville, though, who's up against Benoit Badiashile. Gnonto comes inside, into the box, has a shot, deflected, but McKennie's able to pick it up. Come on, Leeds. Nearly just 10 minutes to go. Gnonto into Tyler Adams on the edge of the box. Gives it back out to Gnonto, then into Somerville's feet. Somerville now looking for an option. Gives it into Gnonto. He just jumped on the floor there, I think, for Fana, and it's going to go out for a free kick. New boss doesn't fancy Bamford, Andy. No, but Bamford's injured. I don't know how bad it is, but he's not even in the squad, so he's injured. Harrison is now coming off. And Sammy Greenwood is coming on. There we go. Greenwood on for Harrison then. Let's hope that... no, Rocker's not come on. Rocker's on the bench, but he's not been brought on. But I don't think he's fully fit anyway, Rocker. So maybe he's just giving him a little bit more of a rest. And also, it's the sort of game where we kind of need that physicality in midfield, and Rocker's more of a technical player than a physical player, although he does like to give away a few fouls. Wayward ball from Chilwell gives Adams a chance to get the ball forward, plays it into the path of Wilfred Gnonto. Wilfred Gnonto in a foot race against Wesley Fofana, and Wesley Fofana's absolutely nailed a Stewart. Wesley Fofana's absolutely wiped out a Stewart there. Yeah, Gnonto did nothing there. Have they given that as a free kick, or is it going to be a throw in? That's a free kick. I don't think that was a free kick. I really don't think that was a free kick. Somerville now with the ball. Nice little poke into the path of Sam Greenwood. Sam Greenwood drives forward and tries to pass it into Mateo Joseph, but it's cut out again by Badiashile. I tell you what, it's hard to play against a back three, isn't it? When they're so tight and so compact, it's so difficult to play against them. I'm not as stressed now about losing this game because Arsenal have equalised against Bournemouth, and it means that we don't go into the relegation zone. I'm not as worried, but I do think that we could get a goal in this game. I do think it's a possibility that we score in this game and get an equaliser and get a point. But time's ticking on. We're in the 83rd minute and time is ticking on, so we need to think about getting the ball forward and getting a goal soon. Ball down the line into Somerville. Somerville has won Leeds a corner there. Really good. Yeah, the commentators are ranting and raving a little bit about Somerville. I think he's been really good, but I actually do think he's hurt himself now. Surprised none of the Chelsea fans tried to smack Somerville or anything then. He went right into them. Corner now from Sam Greenwood. Let's hope it's a better delivery. Oh, how ironic is that? How ironic is that? We bring Greenwood on. We talk about his delivery. Ayling with the ball in. Gone over everyone. Ayling with we talk about Greenwood coming on for his delivery, and then Greenwood goes and hits the first man on his corner. It's just like, if you're coming on and you know that a lot of Leeds' problems from corners has been hitting the first man, you need to think about trying to get it to the back post on your first one, just so that doesn't happen. And now Chalobah and Madueke are coming on, which is so annoying because I wish they'd stop bringing subs on. Chalobah and Madueke. Loftus-Cheek off and Enzo Fernandez off. So, yes, Chalobah and Madueke now coming on. Madueke, if you don't know anything about him, he's an attacking player, likes coming in off the wing. And obviously Chalobah is going to try and help defensively in that holding midfield sort of role where Enzo Fernandez was playing. Greenwood trying to close down Kepa there. Why is Joseph in? Yeah, I don't really know why he brought off Ruter. I think Joseph's going to be much less effective than Ruter in there. I think it's going to be a throw in there. Chelsea were trying to get their way through, but I think it's going to be a throw in there. And now Chilwell and Adams are starting, and now Meslier is like, no, no, no. You do not push my player. Meslier was tempted to give him a hug there. All these teams on bad runs usually ends when they play Leeds. Michael's saying, yeah, exactly. They always do. I said this. People are all like, oh, they've been terrible. They can't score. That's why they'll beat us. But again, when you actually look, they've spent bloody £700 million in transfers this season. So I'm not being funny. Like, we kind of expected to lose against these. $85 minutes in then here, and we really need to try and get the ball forward. Madueke hits Junior Firpo there, but Junior Firpo manages to get the pass away, and Junior Firpo is dispossessed. Nice little interplay from Kai Havertz. But Firpo's just fallen over there. Nonto does well to win the ball there, but it's gone out for a throw-in. KD saying poor changes from Javi. Rutter should have stayed on along with Aronson. Totally agree with that. I think Harrison should have been the one to come off for Nonto a bit earlier on. I think that was definitely the call to make. Phil saying this is a replica of 2 weeks ago. 1-0 down to a team in blue who scored 10 or 15 minutes after half-time and Leeds have less possession and 0 shots on target. Yeah, I think this is a better performance than what we saw against Everton, though, don't you? In terms of the way that we've actually played with the ball in spells, not the whole game, because obviously the start we were really shaky, but I feel like there are promising signs here, and we've been better defensively, but I do just worry about the fact that we just cannot get our shots on target, and the final ball isn't great. Yeah, and I would have liked to see Rocker come on as well. I feel like his distribution would have helped us out here. But Greenwood's got a good pass in him, so if he can get us into some positions where he can get the ball out wide and then we can get the ball into the box, like he's just done now, slip Firpo in with a lovely pass. Firpo crosses it into the box, dinks it to the back post. Ayling's up, just past the post. Just past the post. We just can't get anything on target, can we, really? We just cannot get anything on target. Nice little ball from Firpo there, just hangs it up at the back post, and Ayling comes in, tries to win it, and it's just gone past the post there. We really need to get our shots on target. Firpo's been really good since Strauch's gone out. Alex Round saying, Firpo has been excellent, other than what he did then when he just sort of gave the ball away. But for the rest of the game, I think he's been really, really good. We've got Brighton next, then Wolves, then Arsenal. McKennie does well to keep the ball there. Gives it into Somerville. Somerville's brought down, and it's a free kick on the halfway line. Moving ball, though, and you can't take it yet. Yeah, that's what I was saying before, Rob, about the goal difference. When I looked at the league, then we're 15 goals better off than Bournemouth. So, still 2-2 between Bournemouth and Arsenal. Arsenal can't afford to keep dropping points like this if Man City are chasing them. Long ball through to Chilwell there. Ayling trying to catch up with him. Chilwell tries to get the ball in the box. Robin Koch with an excellent block there. Greenwood is not aware that Conor Gallagher was chasing after him. Yeah. Oh, he's done really well. Gallagher shoots, and Leeds are able to head it back to Meslier, who can catch that there. And that's what can happen when we're trying to attack, is that we get caught on the break like that. Adams with the ball into Firpo. Firpo, who looking more and more like an attacking threat in this second half. Chalobah gets a foot in there, and Leeds are able to take a throw in about halfway inside the Chelsea half. I don't know how long's going to be added on here. There's not really been any injuries or anything, so I can't imagine it would be long. So I think we've lost this one, but there are promising signs. But how many times this season have I said that there have been promising signs, and it doesn't turn into results? But we are against Chelsea, and they've got a ridiculously expensive squad. But Leeds have just won a corner. Koch and Verber have been so solid this whole game that you've barely noticed them. Yeah, no threat against a dreadful Chelsea team, relegation fodder. We have created threats, just our final pass it's really what we need to improve on, and it's been shockingly bad at times, but I do think we've also created space and created some good opportunities in this game. Ball into the box now, front post again, flicked on to the back post. Oh my God, it's gone through everyone. The ball's kept in play by Mateo Joseph, and it's going to be a throw into Leeds there. Oh my God, that was close. That was it. That was the chance, I think. You always say you get one more chance, and I feel like that was our big chance. Plus 4 minutes, actually, onto this game. Firpo tries to get the ball forward, and he's been fouled there, and he gets a free kick. That could have been our big chance, but we've got 4 minutes now to try and fashion something. Havertz really should have got a yellow card for that, I think. I'm worried. Come on. Greenwood, please get a nice ball into the box here. I'm not going to look at chat for the next 4 minutes, just so that I don't get any spoilers if Ayling chips it over. Joseph shoots. Kepa's able to drop low and catch it. That's 1 minute of extra time gone. Tell you what I can do for you. Actually, let's just leave it like that. We're 1 minute and 15 seconds into the 4 minutes added on here. it's a good effort from Mateo Joseph, trying to take it early, trying to catch Kepa off guard, but yeah, it's just gone through to Kepa, and Kepa's able to drop on it and save it. Max Verber is trying to do a little bicycle kick to... Oh, now Firpo and Havertz are trying to kiss each other. That's our second shot on target, says it all, sadly. Yeah, I think there've been a lot of positives to take in this game, the way we've defended and the way that we've attacked in parts as well. But it's just worrying that we can't get that final ball and we can't get enough shots on target. Are you off, Roscoe? Yeah, thanks for joining us, mate. Thanks for keeping the chat going. That's a yellow card for kicking the ball away, what Havertz has just done. How can that not be a yellow card for kicking the ball away? Rodrigo got one for slamming the ball into the ground, for just like throwing it down and bouncing it. How can Havertz has just booted it into the crowd not have one? Oh, Mateo Joseph tries to take a little touch inside but can't, and now Koch is able to make a good challenge against Havertz, but Chelsea have got numbers forward here. Gallagher taking it into the corner. Firpo with an excellent challenge on Havertz. Now Nonto with the ball. Gives it into Weston McKennie. Gives it out to Sam Greenwood. Sam Greenwood now trying to break towards the halfway line and give it forward to Luke Ayling. He's kicked it into the path of Luke Ayling, but I think Ben Chilwell's going to get there first. But Luke Ayling's won the ball really well there, and he's going to win a corner. Yes, excellent. Yellow card there for Conor Gallagher, I think. Should have kept Joffrey during the January window, yeah. I mean, hindsight's a wonderful thing, though, isn't it? If we'd have been able to keep what's-his-face fit, Rodrigo, I've forgotten him, he's been out for that long. Mellier's up for the corner. 93.5 minutes gone, and Meslier is up for the corner. I think the commentators just said 6'5" goalkeeper. I'm pretty sure Meslier is 6'7". Ball into the box now. Verber heads it down. Meslier! Oh, imagine the scenes. Imagine the scenes. Meslier heads it into Kepa's gloves. Imagine if Meslier had just looped that over... Imagine if Meslier had just looped that over it. Imagine the scenes. I'd have gone mental. Win for Chelsea. Full time then, everybody. Leeds have lost here to Chelsea. Let's have a look at the Premier League table. I think Bournemouth Arsenal is still on. It's not finished yet. But as it stands, Leeds stay in 17th place, so no change from this weekend. We've got Brighton next at home, which I'll be going to, so you'll get a match day vlog from that one rather than a live stream. 3 a.m. here, I'm to bed. Yes, night, Rob. Yeah, Jeff saying thanks again for your commentary. Thank you very much for that super chat as well. Really appreciate that. Have a good weekend as you can with the loss. Yeah, there's a bit of boxing on tonight that I'm going to watch. And then, yeah, hopefully just forget about Leeds for a little while until next week, until we go to Elland Road again, and you'll get a match day vlog. Yeah, remember, final word tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on the Just Joe Football Show. 2 a.m. where you are, is it, Akira? 3 minutes left at Arsenal. Do you know what? We'll stay on here just whilst the Arsenal-Bournemouth game's going on. Just 3 minutes left here, and obviously it affects us massively, so stick around if you want to. Ball into the box from Saka, just taken away by the Bournemouth defender there. Zinchenko now with the ball. With Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson gives it into the feet of Partey. Partey coming towards the edge of the box and gives it to Zinchenko. Zinchenko curls it into the box. Away again by Bournemouth. Gabriel has the ball now. Gives it out wide again to Zinchenko, who's going to probably try and get another ball into the box here. But doesn't. Decides to go back to Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson on the edge of the box. Shoots. Curls one. And Neto is able to catch it and then fall on it there. the ex-Barcelona keeper. 2 minutes left here then at Arsenal-Bournemouth. Hopefully Arsenal get a winner, but if they don't, it still means that we're out of the relegation zone. So, yeah, we really need Arsenal to win this. Racing fans saying not too disappointed, but desperately need points in our next 2 games. Yeah, but the thing is, Brighton are really good, aren't they? And I kind of expect Brighton to do well against us. Arsenal have won a little free kick there by their goal line, and into Xhaka, they're able to get the ball forward. They're now trying to break with just a couple of minutes left to go here at the Emirates. Ben White into Martin Odegaard. Odegaard into Zinchenko. Zinchenko out wide. Reece Nelson now. Trying to take on his man and get the ball into the box. Curls it in towards the back post. Now the ball with Saliba and then Odegaard. Odegaard's shaped up to shoot. He's got a little bit of space to shoot. He shoots and it hits Philip Billing. And they still haven't cleared it, Bournemouth, and now they have a chance to. And now Partey's tackle has gone all the way out for a goal kick. Wolves beating Spurs doesn't help. Did they beat Spurs? Yeah, Brighton beat West Ham 4-0 as well. Not beaten at Brighton at Elland Road since Leeds got into the Premier League 2 seasons ago. Yeah, Brighton are a very good side, and they always have been, and they've always been our bogey side. But really, we need to turn that round now. I think like the way we played today, there's a chance that we can win. We just need to actually bloody finish our chances, and it can be so frustrating at times. But we do just need to actually finish our chances. Ball with Partey now. We've played the 6 minutes. Odegaard now trying to get the ball forward. Odegaard on the edge of the box. Cuts it into Zinchenko. Zinchenko chips a ball towards the back post. It's headed away and then cleared long by Bournemouth. Saliba goes to get the ball. Saliba's got to get the ball forward fast here because it's nearly a half a minute after the game should have ended. Nelson gives it into Zinchenko. Zinchenko into the box. Zinchenko shoots. Oh, so close. So close, and it's a corner now, says Zinchenko. No point in me commentating. There is there. Everybody said that there's been a goal. Oh, well, we'll watch the goal anyway. But that's massive for Leeds. That is massive for Leeds. It puts Bournemouth still a point behind us. Is it a good goal? Oh, what a goal. Excellent goal. What a goal that is. Oh my God, it's Saliba. Or is it Saliba? I thought it was Nelson who scored that. Unbelievable. Arsenal have won 3-2 a minute and a half after the game should have ended, or a minute and a quarter after the game should have ended, and Arsenal have managed to get a winner. JC saying, cheers for the stream, pal. Enjoyed it. Just a shame about the result. We need to work on our attacking phases and we'll be all right. Hopefully it's not too late and we survive. Yeah, well, especially with this result happening as well, mate. It's like the fact that Reece Nelson's just absolutely smashed that in the top bags. Unbelievable for us, because it puts Bournemouth right back in the relegation zone and a point behind us. So, yeah. Yeah, no worries, racing fan as well. It was okay, wasn't it? But next time, hopefully we win when I do these streams. I don't think I've commentated on a goal for ages on one of my live streams. I don't think we've scored for absolutely ages. I haven't had cause to celebrate for so long, other than maybe some of the FA Cup games. But in the league, I haven't been able to celebrate a goal for so long. We're going to get beat against Brighton, David's saying. Yeah, I mean, we could do, and I could see that happening, but we'll be so up for it, and it'll be at Elland Road, home crowd. I think we can do it. I think we can beat Brighton. We just have to believe, and we have to try and get a result there. There you go, final whistle at Arsenal. Arsenal have won 3-2, and that's massive for Leeds as well, because Bournemouth now remain in the relegation zone, and Leeds are a point ahead of them. And actually, that puts them in 19th, actually, behind Everton. But yes, Arsenal stay top of the league, 63 points, and Bournemouth now back down to 21 points after they were 2-0 up. Excellent comeback from Arsenal and big for Leeds. So yeah, thank you all for joining me again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the super chats as well. That was unexpected because I didn't even know that I hadn't had that set up yet. So yeah, thank you very much for that. Yeah, we disappointing from a Leeds point of view that we were able to create chances and we were able to play okay football and just not able to get on the end of any chances. So we've lost, but we're not in the relegation zone. We've got a chance to beat Brighton this next weekend. And obviously I will be there doing a live watch along. I will be doing some of those videos that I talked about, those sort of the scouting report videos of players who I think could be good at Leeds. And also the final word the day after every game at 8 p.m. So check that out on the Just Joe Football Show, where we'll be live, sort of like podcast panel format, where we talk about what's happened and we preview the next game as well, and the general sort of world of Leeds United. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining me. Thank you so much for making it more bearable when we lose games, and there's been a lot this season. So yeah, on to the next one, and hopefully we can go to Ellen Road, beat Brighton, and start to pull away from this relegation zone. But yes, thank you everybody for joining me, all the regulars, everybody who comes and comments in the chat. I really, really appreciate it. But yes, I'll see you next time on Leeds Lately. Thank you.